Hello and welcome to another installment of Faces of JF. Today I am joined by JF recipient and a friend of the organization, Jasmine Miller. Hi Jasmine, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Jen. Thank you for having me.
Jasmine, I would love for you to tell our viewers a little bit of background.
I am 25, turning 26 soon. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer 2 years ago now, I realized that I had like a lump in my underarm area. And I didn't think much about it. So I got it ultrasounded in January. And it was just considered like something benign. And to have a follow-up 6 months later. So when I went back in July, my radiologist was like very, very persistent about me having it biopsied. And I went home, didn't really think too much about it. And then a couple days later, when I finally talked to my doctor on the phone, I was doing my hair. It was 2 days before orientation for school. So I was getting ready to start school and I just moved to Connecticut. So everything was like going smoothly. And then she called me and gave me the news. I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma, breast cancer. I think I was numb at first. I don't think it really hit me because it's like my whole entire world was changing. And I didn't think that that was like really possible for me at the time. I went through my journey. It was long, it was hard, but currently now I'm in medical school and I'm entering my second year. So things are looking brighter and better.
That is amazing. So part of your journey, you had to put school on hold a little bit. Cancer entered your life at a time that was not expected and that you really had to pause and reevaluate priorities, but also listen to your treatment team.
That was different for me. Prior to being diagnosed with cancer, I was always going, always looking forward to the future, always moving, never really slowing down and pausing and reflecting enough. So when I got diagnosed, it was literally just 2 days before I started orientation for school. So I was doing my hair, getting ready for school, getting ready to move on to this next chapter. And then when I got that phone call, it just put everything in my life on hold. It kind of took away a lot of the power that I had in making my own decisions, and I had to put that responsibility in my healthcare teams, especially at like very critical, fast times.
Yeah, I can appreciate hearing you as a young woman saying that you were in control, right? Like you had the world at your hands. You were moving on to University of Connecticut for medical school, and then having that feel like it was ripped away from you and not being able to control that. And what a courageous young woman you are, right? To focus on all of your dreams and your aspirations, and then to have to put that on pause.
One thing that I think I realized pretty early on was that even though I was like seamlessly fighting for my life in the medical arena, it was more of a spiritual battle than it was anything else. And to make because when people think of cancer, they think of like chemotherapy, surgery, radiation, like the standard modern treatments. But people don't think about how hard it is to really make those decisions when it's you and you have to make those decisions within like 1 week. You have to decide if you're going to do chemotherapy or if you're going to do radiation or things like that. That for me was like a really big wake up call. Even though you're relying on a healthcare team and you're relying on like doctors, your health is essentially in your hands.
That's really helpful for those to know, because when you're in that spot and you've never been there before and nobody in your home has, or to your point, your family, you kind of don't know if those feelings are normal even. And so how do you think, Jasmine, your experience and now being in medical school, how has that changed your course?
Well, like I said, I consider more the impact that it has on someone to make decisions to take certain medications or to undergo certain procedures. So I don't take it as lightly because I've had to make big decisions like that myself. I'm also really into looking for more holistic forms of medicine. For me, like I didn't know, nobody knew like why this cancer came about. So it wasn't, and there's not a lot of people in my age group to try to deduct information or figure out what is the right course of action. So I'm looking and really interested in like alternative forms of medicine and more holistic forms of healing, because I think that's what people need. I think that is what would help decrease cancer and then just help people get more healthy in general so that we can not get diseases like this.
At what point during your treatment did you learn about our organization and our financial assistance program?
I was assigned a social worker at my hospital in Rhode Island. She told me about the Joe and Juicy Foundation, and she told me about some other financial assistance programs at the time.
Can you tell those watching that do contribute to the organization, that choose to invest in our mission, what that meant to you?
I would like to say thank you because that meant a lot. I was very naive and like go getterish and somehow thought I was going to be able to work and do this at the same time. And it was nice knowing that I can contribute in some way to my household and my family, even though I couldn't contribute that much. So for me, that was like my way of giving back and contributing when everybody was giving to me so much. So I thank you and I appreciate you. And I know other people really appreciate it as well.
You're such a bright spirit, and I know that you're going to help so many people with what your future holds. So we're so blessed to know you at the foundation. We so wish you the best of luck, and I don't know what school is going to look like come the fall, but we hope that you're able to attend class and be in the lab and do all those things that a college student should be doing. I have two of them at home, and that's what they want to be doing. So thank you so much for your time today, Jasmine.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This was so much fun, and I wish you all the best as well. Stay safe.